So I understand why people in crypto get frustrated. We've all been trained to understand and see volatility and the big ups and big downs and 4-year cycles and Octobers and alt seasons and all sorts of other things based upon the fact that we have a revolutionary new technology that is going to make major changes to the world. I understand why Bitcoiners and people who are following Bitcoin get impatient when it trades in a trading range. And we've seen this before. We saw it over the summer when it was trading in the 80s and 70s. And then it smashed all the way to 126 and stopped again. And now we're sitting somewhere between, 10 whatever, 4 or whatever, and 125. And we've been in the same sort of trading range now for 3 to 4 months, and people's nerves get frayed. But I think we reach peak absurdity when people start seeing Kramer's posts and ignore what he says just based on headlines. Now, I understand that people are lazy, that you want to read the first line of something and know what it is and not read a whole article. But he literally had a 4-line post saying he thought crypto was going to surge today based upon happening with gold, and that people shouldn't be caught, that they will be hurt if they buy it. And his last word in his post was trim, which for those who don't know means sell. So look, do I care whether he's right or wrong? Obviously I care. Do I think he's wrong? Yes, I think he's wrong. First of all, I'm not sure that we'll see a push, and second of all, the notion that one should sell based upon the news that we've had, certainly in terms of Bitcoin, I think is absurd. But we do understand that the market is nuts when I counted no fewer than 4 crypto influencers reading the first line of what Kramer said and freaking out about it. Wow. How silly is that? First of all, the dude is hardly magic. Yes, he has had some historically bad calls, but he also flip-flops faster than most US politicians do. So why do we care? The answer is we shouldn't. What we should care about is what is happening with gold and silver. Is the volatility flush that happened yesterday something that is going to create a tradable opportunity? Now, I'm not saying it is or not. I think we need time to digest it. But gold and silver trading effectively like meme stocks is a feature of the CFD market, which I've been talking about. That's contracts for differences, where outside the US, primarily in the Middle East and Asia, but also in Europe, you have very large markets where retail, and we're talking active retail with significant money, can bet on enormous leverage. Now, they don't all do it, but they can leverage up to 500 times. In other words, more than crypto leverage on gold and silver in the same way they can bet on currencies. And it's very clear that while central banks have been accumulating Bitcoin, and that accumulating Bitcoin, they haven't yet, accumulating gold, that individuals have pushed the price or created the parabolic rise, because central banks don't buy in that sort of price insensitive manner. They buy slowly. And so we've seen that, and that's why gold rallied from 3,000 to 4,000 fairly quickly, and from 4,000 to 4,300 in a blink. And that last parabolic blow off top in the move was driven by hot money. Now, it is entirely possible that it will rest for a while and continue upwards. It is also possible it will be stuck in a range, much like other assets that we all know and love move into trading ranges after the blow off tops. So let's see what happens. If, in fact, gold stays range bound for a period of time, then that hot money will be looking for a new home. I strongly suspect Bitcoin will see at least a part of it, but that will depend upon macro factors such as, will it become obvious that the fiat money printer is firing up again? Will the continued adoption of Bitcoin as we get into year end meet a lower amount of selling because the OGs, which need to be selling and have been selling, will stop selling until the next round number? These are the sorts of things that we have to worry about, not whether Jim Cramer said that crypto is due for a surge and then 3 sentences later tell people to sell into it. With all of that, stay safe out there. I'm going to sign off for here. This is just a quick hit.